I'm Marsha Martin, the Heart Healer. I'm so glad to see you. I'm excited because what you are about to learn has really transformed my life. So just take a moment and put away your phones and all of the other devices, and just, if you don't mind, give me your full attention. And if you don't mind turning your camera back on so I can see you, I'd love to interact with you. And tell me what your name is, please. Unable. There you are. And what is your name? I'm not able to hear you, hon.
Sorry, I was still on mute.
Oh,
My name
good.
is Marsha.
Amazing. You're an amazing being of love. I'm so glad you're here. And I
Yes,
have
hi.
this incredible gift that I want to share. So I'm just so glad you're here, because this was the one little secret that I kept to myself, is that I want to share a special gift with everyone toward the end. So welcome, welcome, welcome. And anybody who is interested, please turn your cameras on and introduce yourself. We got a lot of shy people here. Okay, so I'm just going to go forward. Marsha, keep your camera on, please. I love seeing your beautiful face. So we got some other shy ones that don't want to, so that's okay. So I'm going to use you throughout as my sounding board, if that's okay with you. So the first thing that I want to ask you is, how are you feeling right now about your manifesting journey? How's it going for you? Do you feel really confident about how you're manifest? Okay. Been there, done that. It's no fun. I completely get it. It is no fun. So let's just make this easier. And just everyone who's here today, join me now by closing your eyes. We're going to put our attention on the heart. You cannot do this work from the head. Society tells us we should operate in the head. My greatest gifts have been given to me from the heart. So the first thing I want to share with you today is a kind of breath that the angels taught me that's called heart breath. So you breathe in through the nose. And if you would imagine that your breath is on a trajectory, you see that it immediately goes to that midbrain area, that area where you are able to interact freely with the divine. So the breath just goes in and oxygenates that whole brain area. It's the pineal gland, it's the hypothalamus, it's the corpus callosum. It's your psychic receptor center. And now as you're exhaling, let it go down that chakra chute. So the breath is now located behind the heart. And as you exhale, imagine that you are exhaling through the heart. And this will help you release the resistance that limiting beliefs may be creating. So just take a couple of deep heart breaths. And when you're ready, open your eyes. And I'm delighted that we get to move forward with our manifesting journey. And just allow the breath to be easy. Just allow it to flow for you. You don't need to concentrate on this. Just begin it and it will continue for you. But the easiest way to manifest is through the heart. So the first thing you need to learn is the three secrets that the three things that you are doing that are keeping you poor. Something is stopping you from receiving the abundance that you would love to have. Now, one of the first things you need to understand is we live in an abundant universe. There is no measuring stick. Oh, this is all you get, but this other person gets all of this. It's a matter of what you are willing to receive. So there are three things that you're doing that could be limiting you: what you're thinking, how you're talking, and how you are acting in the world. So let's take them one at a time. And I just want to ask you, the thinking part is your self-talk. So just, if you agree with this statement, then, give me a hands up or nod your head, whatever feels good to you. Do you feel that when you are engaging in conversations with yourself, that you're able to say to yourself, you got this, this is great, I'm really proud of you, you're doing so well? Is that you? Or do you tend to be on the other side, which is, I don't know, things have always been really bad, or, it didn't go so well last time, so why should I expect it to be good this time? Which side are you? Are you A or B? So just raise your hand if you're A and you're really positive, or B, not so good.
In between.
Okay. So good for you, because at least you are recognizing that you have these great periods and then you have these, not so wonderful. So that right there can be really, for you, a major stumbling block, because we know that Jesus, who is one of my best teachers and greatest helpers, said to us, if you're lukewarm, I spew you out of my mouth. Now, when I was first introduced to this, and I am not religious, this is just training, I was really upset with that kind of view, because it felt like, hey, that's really cruel. So let's look at what that really means, because if you are going positive and you're very supportive of who you are and what you're doing, you're in this lane. If you are negative, you're in this lane that's taking you away from where you want to be going. So when you're trying to be in both lanes, you end up nowhere. You end up in this middle place that is so crazy and creates a lot of chaos, because one minute you're here and you're really moving forward to your manifestation, but you're not holding the vibration long enough for anything to happen. And before you know it, you're getting really negative. And now all your positive work has just gone down the drain. So one of the first things you want to do is get yourself used to holding one track. It's better to be all negative and expect nothing than it is to be partially positive and partially negative and not be able to figure out what you can expect. It really kind of screws with your head, and you end up giving up when you're really close to reaching your goal. So that's the first thing. The other thing is, be careful that you are not playing by society's rules. So there's the societal view, and that may be very limiting. It may be saying things like, well, that's okay for someone, but, not for you. Or you don't have the education or the social standing or something that you need in order to acquire these things. And that is just a lie. So just let it go. Just let it, you might, if you have to hear it, just let it go. So you are not bound as a divine child. You are not bound by anything that society says, unless you believe it and rehearse it. Now, but here's another thing that really was surprising to me when I started this journey, and that is, hoarding is not saving. So if you are holding on to everything, every penny, you're really counting it up. Oh, I don't know. And you believe that is somehow saving, you've got to do a mindset clearing. You've got to say, okay, what feels good to my heart? If you're really squeezing, it doesn't feel good. You've got to allow yourself to open up and be in the market for abundance. Be like you're a shopper at the grocery store and you have an unlimited budget. Look at the incredible wealth that is represented there. Now, the next thing is, are you operating in a fear-based relationship with money? Have you given money all the power and yourself none? So that's a tricky one. You just really take a moment now to think about it and ask yourself, who's got the power in this relationship? Am I worshiping the dollar, afraid to spend it, or am I trusting myself and my ability to manifest so that I am able to spend freely when I desire to do so? And this doesn't mean spend crazy. This means when it feels good to you, you're able to go buy whatever it is and go to the cash register and not panic. So how is that feeling to you, Marcia? Are you in the panic place or the ease place?
I think um, I'm learning what the ease places feels like, where it's like there's not anxiety associated with money. So it's more to feel that, reduce the anxiety of my next paycheck and stuff like that. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, and that's a wonderful example. If you are within a paycheck, you may feel like the paycheck determines the parameters of how you're going to live your life. But you've got to step outside of the paycheck and into the heart, because there are unlimited ways to manifest what you desire.
Mm.
So, and we're gonna get deeper into this. So don't worry that it's still feeling like I don't know how to do that. I've got more that I want to share with you, but right now we're just creating a framework so you understand what it is that you are looking to do. Now, the other thing that is really, really important is that you examine the belief system that you are carrying about money. If you are carrying the parental belief system or the generational belief system that says there isn't enough to go around, that's going to absolutely prevent you from manifesting the amount that feels good to you, because you're always going to get to the place where you'll begin manifesting with ease, but you're going to knock up against this block and you're going to say, oh, here I have this block that says that's all I get. And you'll unconsciously start pulling away from receiving all that you desire. You won't be available for opportunities and ways to expand that you would have been otherwise. So you can be falling prey to either one of two mindsets. The first one is, well, I gotta work harder. And then you just find yourself working and working and working, and yet you're never really getting ahead. Or you're saying to yourself, well, I think I got to find a way to cheat. It's just not fair. So I got to find a shortcut. Either way, you're holding yourself back. So let's agree that we are going to move ourselves away from that societal, generational, familial pattern of living in a space where you only have this much. Just get used to living in the place where you have an unlimited amount. And that will allow you to adjust the amount of time that you spend on any activity to feel good instead of pressured or like you're not enough. So now let's look at the second aspect, which is talking. When you're talking about how you're doing in your life, who's guilty of this? And I just, need a show of hands or, say that's me. When you have a conversation with other people, are you talking more about lack or abundance? Who's on the lack side? Okay, so it looks like you guys are heading toward abundance. Okay, fear versus love. Anybody always talking about what they're afraid of? Or are you able to be more open with what feels good, what feels loving?
What feels good and loving.
Excellent. Now, here's one that you may not realize, but are you looking more at the chaos in life or the peace?
Chaos.
That is one that's so tricky, especially because we live in this society that we're always plugged in, and it feeds us the chaos side of life because that gets more views, more ratings, more everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then do you tend to spend more time examining what's sad or joyful?
More joyful lately.
Good, excellent, yay! That's going to change your life more than anything else in the world. If you can stay joy focused, you're going to automatically be a magnet for more opportunities that will bring you the kind of abundance that you're looking for. So we got to remember that even though we believe that we're fully present, we spend probably 90% of our lives just really operating from the subconscious mind. And it can be really tricky. Carl Jung tells us that until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you're going to call it fate. So you got to be really mindful of what is running the ship. And that can be make sure that you are not talking about things that have brought you shame in the past or you're afraid are going to bring you shame in the future. Any kind of guilt or any kind of fear. These are all things that you're going to experience, but they're not things that we want you concentrating on. So we have to remember that you are speaking out of the abundance of your heart, and your heart rules your subconscious mind. It's not the mind that's in charge, it's really the subconscious, which is speaking from the heart. So when you clear and heal the heart, you're automatically going to be funneling to the subconscious things that feel better. So just do your best to be mindful. But the most important thing you can do for yourself is to take time daily to clear and heal the heart. It's so much easier to live a life that just feels good than it is to live a life where you always feel like you got to be on guard. So when your heart is clear and open and free, you're automatically going to feel good. Fears, concerns, areas of weakness, they are all made known by the conversation that's coming out of your mouth. So just think for a minute, just take a moment to close your eyes and say, okay, what is my usual conversation? Did you feel as though you're usually focused on what feels great? Or are you guilty of going into that dark area? Even after all these years of practice, I still catch myself going into the dark area. The difference is I'm able to catch it and correct it immediately. because my heart is so much freer and lighter. So, whatever you're saying about yourself and your situation is one of the ways in which you are manifesting things to you. And you want to make sure that you're the one that's in control. Don't let circumstances dictate to you. Don't allow other people to dictate to you. You, the one being present and mindful, are the one that sets the tone that determines what you attract. So now let's go on to acting as if, because this is one of the areas that's probably the most difficult to manage. Because so often when somebody tells you, oh, you have to act as if you already have this thing, it feels like a huge disconnect. Have you ever had that experience where you go to the store and maybe you have $1 in your wallet and you see this item and you really, really desire it? And it's probably, $100. And that's, from where you're standing, that feels like a huge stretch. You're like, okay, I'm supposed to act as if I have this thing, be glad that I have it. What kind of joke is this? It's getting into the feeling place. So you look at that thing that you desire and you start saying to yourself, oh, I really like this. This really feels good. I would really love having this particular item, whatever it is. And you step out of the place of jealousy and anger, or, oh, I'm so sad that I can't have this thing, or and you don't go into the place of, oh, I'm just going to pretend that everything is great and happy and lovely, and even though I feel really bad that I don't have this item. That pretend place moves you further away because it's not genuine. And the heart knows the difference between sincerity and fake. And this is where you can get really screwed up. So you want to be a serious student of the law of attraction. You want to act as if you are excited that you're receiving this thing. You want to think about all of the ways you could use this desired thing, but you want to stay out of the category of resentment and jealousy and anger or any kind of blame, because that just takes it further away. And you also want to be reminding yourself that you, with the right mindset and the right heart alignment, are going to be able to manifest anything if it truly is right for you. And it's okay to not get everything, because you don't want half the things that go flying through your head anyway. So it's okay that you're anticipating with joy the arrival of this thing, and you're excited that you're in the space now where you're able to manifest it. So you're going to practice seeing life and the money you desire. But this is not an opportunity to go out on a spending spree and then get sad that you can't pay your rent. This is the opportunity to get excited about all of the abundance that surrounds you. So you want to cultivate the belief instead of, oh gosh, when will this work? Change the way you're thinking and interacting and say instead, things are always working out for me. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what's coming next. Things are always working out for me. It's a way to be in alignment with that flow of blessings that require your participation. It's an unceasing flow, but if you're over here where that blessing isn't, because you're lost in chaos and negativity, you will not be able to receive. Get yourself here in that really excited state, knowing that you are safe and loved, because that's what brings things forward. So you're also going to have to recognize that if you're holding on to negativity, if this whole heart space is filled with negativity, pain, hurt, last year's shame or shame from 20 years ago, or blame, nothing is going to be able to get through that wall. You've got to clear it out. And you can do that. You just have to be good enough to yourself and honoring enough to yourself so that you are willing to do that. And I'm going to show you in just a few minutes how you can do just that. But now I want to share with you the second secret, because it's so fun to be able to really be in a place of genuine gratitude instead of pretend gratitude. Let me just check my time, because I want to make sure I have enough time for my special surprise. So I'm going to speed up a little bit. But let me just ask you first, how are you feeling about gratitude? Do you feel of it as something as of a chore, something that you have to do, that to be polite, or in order to receive something, or does it feel joyful? Casey, what are you feeling?
I think I like to use it when I feel like my mind is chaotic because I don't want to start thinking negative thoughts. So then I try to list things that I'm grateful for in my life to bring back to the present moment, so I don't go spiraling down negative thought patterns or stuff like that.
And that's a brilliant use of gratitude. The one thing I don't want you to do, and this is all of these things that I'm sharing with you, I learned the hard way. Please don't pretend that you are grateful for something you dislike. So for a long time, I was driving some clunker cars, and I used to believe that I had to be grateful for this car that barely started. I had it was held together with zip ties. Uh, that was after the the minivan fiasco, where I hated that car. I kept believing that I had to pretend I was grateful for this thing that I didn't want at all. And it really put me back. Instead, what I want you to do is find things that you can be genuinely grateful for and express gratitude about that. So if you are believing, if you're looking in your wallet and you see 10 cents, go outside and look at all of the abundance around you and get so delighted and grateful that abundance is happening all around you. It's going to take you out of that dark place and put you into the light place where you can receive. And remember, you've got to hold your vibration, your high vibration, long enough for whatever it is you desire to go from the spiritual into the physical. And none of us know how long that's going to take. Some things it can be instantaneous. Other things take a longer period of time. But don't give up in the middle. Hold that vibration with genuine gratitude. So that means you got to look at only what's right. Our society, our educational system, everything tells us, ooh, look at what you did wrong so you can correct it. Mother God shared with me, look at only what's right so you can magnify what's right. And while you are magnifying what's right, what's wrong is getting no energy. It's not being fed. It's not receiving anything. So instead, what's right gains all of the traction and all of the energetic resonance, and it's easy for that to manifest in your life. Get your attention away from what's wrong. It will disappear on its own. Now, just because you're not looking at what's wrong doesn't mean you're not going to face a challenge. So please don't walk away from this saying, oh, I'll never have another hurdle to overcome again. Instead, what you're going to do is have power. You're going to have a really great, you'll be on a great roll, and you're going to be able to look at that challenge and overcome it easily. And what I have found for myself is not only do I have the tools and the momentum, but the challenges just aren't as big as they used to because I'm not putting any attention on what's wrong. So there's an ease that comes with focusing on what's right. So gratitude is acknowledging every bit of forward motion that you've got going on in your life. It's appreciating the help. Now you might say, well, nobody's helping. And that's the third secret. We have the most incredible unpaid labor force that is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and is omnipresent and never gets tired. And that is the energetic realm. This is the angels, the archangels, the ascended masters, the saints, all of these beings that have either been here before and realize how difficult it is to be in physical bodies, or they are ever-present helpers whose only purpose is to help you. But what's really the most wonderful thing is the divine are completely fair. So if you ask an angel or an archangel for assistance, you're offering them in return blessings from God. So just as we receive the blessing, they too receive the blessing. They're on a trajectory. They want to expand just as we want to expand. So they gain by helping you, and you gain by helping them. So open your heart to receive. Now, every single one of us has come in with a way to communicate with that energetic realm. So let me ask you all a question. Do you consider yourself, and this is when you are quiet and you get that message, that sort of, that feeling or that kind of communication that may be your own voice in your head or just some sort of vision. When you're quiet, do you tend to hear them, see them, or feel them?
Feel them.
Okay, Marcia, great. And that means you're empathic, which is a whole nother layer of fun, but it makes you an incredible,
Yes, it is.
it makes you an incredible being. Casey, what about you?
I also feel them as well. And I
Okay.
get like a weird, I don't know if has to do with it, but like I feel like a very strong, ringing sensation in my ears sometimes. I
Okay.
don't know if that is that associated with that, but I get that often.
Okay. And that is often a sign that you are developing your clairaudience. So great. But understand that all of us, no exception, have a way to communicate. It just hasn't been well cultivated. So what I want you to start doing now, the reason that you have that desire, that oh gosh, I'd really love this thing, is because the divine has said to you, hey, I want to give this to you. So the minute that you start desiring something, it's that little tap, tap, tap on your head that says, hey, you know what? Open up. I have this beautiful gift for you. So you know already that it's possible to manifest it because the divine has already created it, and they're just wanting you to get in line with them. Get your awareness on this desired product. Then ask for help. Say, hey, angels, I could really use some help keeping my mind in a positive direction, opening myself up for this beautiful thing that you want to give to me. I'm going to need some support. So let's just do that right now. Let's just close your eyes and then just repeat after me. Angels, I now give you permission to help me manifest my heart's desires. Now, all you have to do is be available, be open, be willing, be accessible, be teachable. When you get that feeling, don't dismiss it, follow it. They love you so much, and they know you more than you know yourself. So what they are trying to tell you is absolutely everything is available to you. You just need to open your heart. You need to be willing to flow. So we understand that manifestation is our responsibility. Please don't look around when something doesn't go well. This is not the time to point fingers or start assigning blame to anyone else. When you do that, although it feels good momentarily, it takes all the power away from you and gives it to this other person that could care less what's going on in your life. So keep the power where you can control it. Right here in your heart, let your heart dictate to your head. Keep your thoughts on what feels good. Keep them in that positive vein. Find things that you can truly be grateful for. And do yourself a favor and surround yourself with people who are able to honor you. Please stop having a lot of naysayers in your immediate circle. If somebody just wants to cut you down, they don't have your best interest at heart. And it's going to be really difficult to stay in this high place where it's easy to manifest when somebody is talking about how you can't do it. If you need to have them because they're part of your family, then don't share what you're manifesting with them. Keep it close to your heart. Share it with your angels. They will cheer you on. So remember, it is a thinking, talking, and acting as if combination, but it's not acting as if like pretend. It's getting excited for this thing that is coming. It's expressing sincere gratitude for what's already here, not getting excited about something you don't want. And use the help that's available, and that is the energetic realm. It will absolutely transform your life. Now, a lot of times after I share this information with people, they'll say, you know what? I was doing all those things, or I'm sure I've been doing all those things, and I'm still not manifesting anything. So let's take a look at a few of the places where you could be getting stuck. First of all, if you're not manifesting, you're out of alignment. There's no other explanation. But again, we are not examining that to say, oh, you're terrible. We're looking at that because we need to understand how you can get control back and you can be back in the manifesting what you do want seat instead of the, oh my gosh, I'm getting everything I don't want. So first place, when you're out of alignment, check in with your heart. Have you run up against a limiting belief? Are you practicing a lot of negative self-talk? Clear that out. Stop what you're doing. Gather up some people that can support you. Ask the angels for help. Also, check your self-worth meter. Just let's do that right now. Close your eyes. Just check in with yourself. Are you feeling worthy or unworthy? If you're tipping the scale over in unworthy, I want you to take a breath and just tell yourself, I love and accept you just the way you are. Deep breath. I love you. And you're saying this to yourself. I love you. I love and accept you just the way you are. All right. Now open your eyes and use that throughout the day. There is never a reason to be speaking about yourself or to yourself in any way that is not self-loving. You are not going to correct a behavior by saying, you idiot. You're going to correct that behavior by saying, oh, wow, I see that could really be hurtful or could really be damaging us. All right, I'm going to take a breath. Let's get into the place where we can be doing what we do want. Criticism never helped anybody achieve anything. Be your own best cheerleader. So now, Marsha, because you have my name, I'm going to offer you a special gift today, and that is an opportunity. Go ahead and turn on your mic because I need to hear you for this.
Yes.
An opportunity to ask the angels, is there something that you would like to ask the angels for help with? Just a quick little something that would just change your life so much if you felt like you had the answer or some direction about this.
Yes. Well, I feel I already do so much of what you talked about, but I'd like to ask the angel why, where am I in misaligned in attracting more abundance in my life, more financial abundance?
Okay, so just take a moment and I want you to close your eyes. And what we're going to do, we're going to go into the heart because all difficulties and all advancement begins and ends in the heart. So we're just going to do a little thing and you're going to show yourself where it is that you're attracting this difficulty to yourself or how you're attracting this difficulty. So what I want you to do is just put your attention on the heart, take a deep breath, breathe into the heart. And now create a circle of white light, just using the energy of the heart. Create a circle. And with the energy of the lower three chakras, create a support beam that comes up and spreads out underneath. And now with your third eye looking into the circle, I want you to call yourself as you are now and tell me when you're there.
I'm there.
Beautiful. Do you see yourself as beautiful, powerful, and magnificent?
Yes.
Excellent. So now I want you to create a chair, and it can be an ornate throne or a little teeny tiny simple chair. Doesn't matter. It just has to feel comfortable to you.
Okay.
And so now I want you to just sit yourself in your chair. And did you make a big, magnificent chair or a plain chair? What appeals to you?
A big gold chair.
I love it. I love it. Now, it doesn't matter. It's really personal preference, but I do love when people choose to honor themselves with a big, lovely Magnificent chair. It's just one more step, one more link in the chain of getting anchored to abundance as opposed to limitation. So now you'll notice that as you're sitting in your chair, two doors have appeared on the outer edge of your circle. You don't have to do anything. The angels are helping you do all this. Your job is only to relax. Now, there's a door on the left and there's a door on the right. Before I tell you what their names are, I want you to tell me which door you would rather go to, the door on the left or the door on the right.
The left.
Excellent. So the door on the left is abundance. So you're already, again, another link in the chain toward abundance. So your whole difficulty may be that you're just not holding the vibration long enough. But we're going to find out, because I'm going to let you experience abundance and limitation. Limitation is on the door on the right. Abundance is on the door on the left. And with the help of the angels, you're going to see the difference between the two. And I want you to monitor your body and see, are you closing down at certain points? Are you coming up against a stumbling block or a difficulty of some kind when you start advancing? If so, it's just a limiting belief. It's just a way that you're holding yourself stuck or seeing yourself as unworthy. And that energy needs to be cleared in the heart. So, because you chose the abundance door and that appears to be calling to you, we're going to go to that door first. But before you go, just can you describe how that door feels to you?
It feels inviting.
Beautiful.
I see like a white light coming out of the frame of the door.
All right, I love that. Are you excited to go up to the door?
Yes, I am. Yes,
oh,
I am.
Good. Okay, let's do it. So all you're going to do is open the door and step immediately inside and then stop and tell me what you see. That's going to represent your immediate, I guess, future, but it's really your present. It's going to represent your present. So open the door, step through, and tell me what you see.
I see the wilderness, like a nature with a lot of flowers and a stream of water.
And so how does that make you feel?
Well, I was going to say expensive because I love nature and I love water. So it makes me feel at ease, comfortable.
Okay, beautiful. So you are right now, with the energy that you're holding and your ability to participate, you are putting yourself in line to manifest. Beautiful manifestations are coming your way, but you have to hold this abundance of nature, this flowing water, this stream of abundance. You have to hold that vibration long enough for it to make its way into the physical. So let's go ahead 6 months and see how you're doing with this ability that you're using right now. Just allow yourself to move ahead within this door 6 months and look around and see what you see.
I see a house, a beautiful, modern looking house.
And how does that feel to you? What does that symbolize in your life?
Family and comfort and security.
And are these all things that are wanted?
Yes.
Now check with your gut. Are you feeling at ease in 6 months? Or are you starting to trip the limitation wire?
No, I feel at ease.
Oh, beautiful. So look how long, though, you have to hold this positive manifesting high vibration in order to begin bringing things to you. An hour isn't good enough. A day isn't good enough. 30 days minimum to change what you're experiencing. So let's go ahead a year and see what happens for you in a year.
I just see the same house, and I see um, cars in the driveway, and a pool in the backyard.
So it's ever more abundant. How are you feeling in your gut about this? Do you feel overwhelmed or do you feel relaxed and at ease?
Yeah, relax and at ease. Excited.
Beautiful,
Yeah,
beautiful, beautiful. So you understanding what energy you need to hold in order to manifest?
yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead 5 years. What's happening for you in 5 years?
I see us like my parents, my siblings, and their children, and my husband, and we're all sitting at a table and having like a big feast and a big meal.
So let's check in again with your energy. Does it feel normal to experience this? Is this your new normal? Or are you feeling a little disjointed?
I'm feeling good. Very moved.
Excellent, beautiful. So now you understand what it feels like when you are in alignment with the desires of your heart. So come on out, sit in your chair for a moment, and we're going to take a look at some of the things that can be causing you not to have this. So just sit in your chair, and I want you to just check in with that empathetic part of yourself, that deeply caring, loving part of yourself. That can be your best friend or your worst enemy. It's your best friend when it allows you to feel with joy all of the desires of your heart. But if you start looking around and seeing lack and limitation, it can become your worst enemy because it will make you feel as though you shouldn't be receiving these things. So now I want you to walk up to the door of limitation. This is the door of limiting beliefs. Does it have a color?
It's like a old wooden broken down door.
Okay. So it's already showing you that when you allow other people, and I have a strong energy that there are a lot of well-meaning people in your life that may try to put a damper on what you're going for. They love you and they don't want to see you disappointed. And so they may say to you, Marcia, no, no, not so much. Just be satisfied with what you have. And they represent this old worn out door. You can love them, but you don't have to agree with them. You don't even have to discuss your heart's desires with them. So go ahead and walk through this door into your present and see what is happening to your energetic vibration when you are through the door of limitations. What do you see?
I see my place where I live now.
Okay. Oh, wow. All righty. So immediately thank you, angels, for showing us that this place where you live now can be viewed as not good enough. So instead, we want to change its name from not good enough to, wow, this is a stepping stone. I'm excited about where I'm going to go from here. I'm so
Mhm.
grateful for here because it's a Ruth, but I'm excited about what's coming next. So now let's go ahead 6 months and see what other hurdles are popping up that we want to deal with.
I see myself working from home. Like I feel like I just see today. Like when I was working, typing away and doing my quote unquote job.
And it doesn't sound like you're feeling great about that
N-
job.
No.
So, what can we find about the job that you truly can get excited about?
Oh, right now I'm trying to change it so much that I don't see much that I'm excited about.
Okay,
I
this
mean,
is
I'm good at it.
excellent. Stop there. Because if you look at everything that's wrong, you, by law of attraction, can only attract more.
More of it.
That's what's wrong. So you stop there. I'm really good at my job. Does it bring any money?
Yes.
My job brings money. Don't put a dollar amount on it unless it's the dollar that you desire. Wow, I'm great at my job and it brings money. You see how that's so much lighter than, oh God, I got to change everything about this job. It is so tricky, but you've got to be in that place. Oh my gosh, I'm really great at this job and it brings money. How fabulous is that? That is going to bring you another opportunity that you are also great at. Let's try a year. What's going on in a year?
No change.
Excellent. So, thank you first for being honest. Because when we keep deluding ourselves and saying, I'm doing everything right, nothing can change. We've got to understand that if it's not happening, you are not doing something that you believe you are doing. So you get back in the heart. You come to the heart and you say, please show me how to get this right. Forget about what I'm doing wrong. Change the wording. Please show me how I can get this right. And they're going to show you, hey, Marcia, you got a great job. Excuse me. You got a job that you're great at and it brings money. Stay there, stay in that. I'm great at my job. My job brings money. I'm really abundant. This is really amazing. Look at me. I'm great. I'm great at great. And stay away from, oh God, I got to change everything. It's instant overwhelm and nothing gets done. And you get bogged down in what's wrong. You step right out of your manifestation stream, and that big dinner with the house and the pool and the cars goes right out the window. But then a few minutes later, you're like, oh yeah, I really want that house. But now your vibration is so far away from the place where it could be being brought to you that you got to do catch up to get to that high place again. Stay in the positive channel and use the law of attraction to your benefit. So just come on back, sit in your chair for a moment. Remember how magnificent you are and get excited that you have a job that you do really well that earns you money. And then let's see what you can attract from that place. All right, so come on back and open your eyes and just, you see how magnificent it is to work with the angels. how much they are able to give you that clarity, and how far it is from, oh, I got to change everything about my job, to, wow, I'm really great at my job. You got to stay here, and don't blame yourself when you find yourself here. Just, oh, wow, I'm so proud of myself. Now I know I can get back up here. What we are conditioned to do is, you are so stupid. Look at you. You're down here again. Leave it alone.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I see I'm down here. Oh, thank you, angels. I can go back here. Spend as much time as you possibly can in this high place, because when you are in this place, which is where the divine is also, all of these little things like cars and houses and, family gatherings, all of those things are a lower vibration than heaven, which is love, joy, and peace. So they automatically get added onto you. Just go after love, joy, and peace. This stuff has to be part of that. Don't worry about this. Just get excited about this. So now that's what I want to offer everyone, is an opportunity to join me in getting excited about being here. And the way you do that is joining my community, my Heart's Desire community, and I will help you stay in that place. You will learn different tools and techniques like this. I'll help you learn how to interact more fully with the angels, just like we did today. But what do you get by interacting with the angels? First of all, you get heart empowerment. You get heart transformation, and then you get heart freedom, so that you're able to stay in this high place. This heart is free and clear and powerfully motivated to help you stay in this high place, because you have the tools, you have the support, you have what you need. So Casey is going to drop in the chat right now the way that you can register. But I got to tell you, I have only ever offered this one-on-one. It's a very expensive program, one-on-one. So you guys are going to be my test group. You're my beta group. We're going to be learning this together. But it means that you'll get to vote on how we shape this community and how we go forward together. What I absolutely guarantee you is, if you will be present just as you have been here today, you will absolutely transform your heart. You will receive empowerment. You will experience freedom. It's the exact same thing that lifted me from absolute despair to this place that feels magnificent. So I thank you all for being here today. I'm so excited to see you in my Heart's Desire. And the angels want you to say, from this point forward, I am now manifesting my Heart's Desire. And as soon as you join us in this community, you will have the support that may have been missing. I didn't do it by myself. I got lost by myself. The angels came and helped me. And I want now to be your human angel, because sometimes it can be difficult to just find your way with only energetic support. So this is your opportunity to get weekly support. We'll meet every week for an hour, and you will have this opportunity to really dive deep into your heart, because when you heal your heart, you'll truly transform your life. So thank you all for being here. If you didn't want to participate, that's okay. I hope you got amazing value from today. And I look forward to seeing you in our community, My Heart's Desire. Thanks again, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you,
Thank you,
Marcia.
Marsha.
You're so welcome. Sending much love.
Thank you, Marsha. Very helpful.
So delighted. Well, I am also deeply grateful to all of you for being here. It's one of my greatest joys to be able to share. So much love to all. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.